these Underwriting Gangsters. So, yeah? So, insurance. I leave my... So, what he said is you could decrease the loan.
Okay, guys, what do you think? Big Boy, that's his stage name. His name is Becco. And I'm Mudo, your official Underwriting Gangster. Welcome to Underwriting Gangsters.
Welcome back, everybody. It is episode 2 of Underwriting Gangsters. We got my 2 gangster underwriters here in the house today. We are going to take a look at a property that was sent over to me by a wholesaler. And yeah, we're going to underwrite a property. You want to go to a property?
Yes.
I love properties. Do you love cash flow?
Yes.
What do you like about cash flow? If you have, before we get started, if you have properties that you want me to underwrite to be featured on this podcast, do me a favor, go ahead and DM me, social media, Facebook, Instagram, put a comment on this video. Feel free to reach out and we will get your property featured on the podcast. So let's dive in to what we're dealing with today. Were you casting a secret spell? What was that? What do you think about our underwriting of this property? Do you think this is a good deal? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Do you think this is a good deal? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's figure it out if it's a good deal or not. So, doing it a little bit different on today's podcast, I actually already underwrote the property, so I'm going to talk about it. The purchase price is $169,795. The monthly rent, which I got from Rentometer as my comps, $2,045 a month. The taxes, this is an interesting one. So I pulled this off of the, looking at Zillow. Actually, I think I got this one from Realtor.com, where if you look at the taxes estimate, it actually had this estimated at $116 a month. So I pulled up, it just didn't look right. It didn't look right to me. Okay, so I pulled up Deal Sauce, and Deal Sauce showed $525.33. And I was like, okay, that's more accurate. This was a property in Illinois. That's what I was expecting to see. So crazy difference. That goes to show you never use the assumptions of just free information out there. So I used Deal Sauce to look that up. Do you like Deal Sauce?
Yes.
He loves Deal Sauce. Okay, so insurance. I leave my standard assumption in there. We're going to come back to this LTV later, but I have 75% in here for LTV. So let's take a look at the underwriting. We got monthly rent, easy enough to understand. We got the PITI at $1,568, 8% for management, 8% for CapEx. And I put in a seller finance payment of $100. So that is what we're going to underwrite on this. And if you look at cash flow, net cash flow is $49.54. So pretty much a break even. This is a deal that I would actually do. Let's take a look at the upside. So we have gross cash flow. And what I do for gross cash flow is I essentially add back the CapEx. Because for me, CapEx is a budgetary line item. It goes towards my war chest. But it's not actual money that I have to pay someone. So I have that money in my bank account. That's why I call it gross cash flow. When I look at my net, that's after the war chest, after accounting for the CapEx and the holdback of that for my budget. So it's pretty much a break even. Now let's look at the surplus funds, right? This means if we close on this property like this, same cash to seller. You want to go to a property?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, let's check this property out and see if we can underwrite it and help this person get under contract. Yeah? Does that sound like a good idea? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Yeah, good idea? Okay. So if we closed on this, same terms, we would actually get paid $41,000 at closing, which is crazy, right? That would leave a lot of capital in the deal. So that way you can not worry about reserves whatsoever. HVAC breaks down, furnace breaks down, anything, right? Whatever breaks down, you are covered. You got enough capital. You're secured. So, do we want to leave it there? Yes or no? Let's look at it. So, this is saying in a 10-year balloon, which is, you're rarely ever going to get a seller to have a deal that's for 30 years. They're not going to carry for 30 years. Let's just be real. So, a 10-year balloon, at the end of 10 years, based on this calculation of how I underwrite, that's going to require you to stroke a check for $15,000. Do you want to stroke a check for $15,000? So what this tells me is that we're too over leveraged with the way this transaction is structured. So we can do a couple of different things, a lot of underwriting magic. So underwriting magic calls for underwriting gangsters. What are we going to do in this transaction to make this cash required for refi go away? Can you tell me?
Tell me.
Exactly. It's brilliant. I mean, these guys deserve a raise. They're so underpaid. They bring so much value to the table. So what he said is you could decrease the loan to value. So if we move this to 70%, notice how we just eliminated half of the deficit. So if we move this to 70%, 7,500. So now instead of $14K and some change, we only have to write a check for $7,500. Okay, well, I don't want to write a check at all, right? What else can we do? Okay, $33,000, that's a pretty healthy amount of reserves. We could go increase cash to seller, which means they carry back less. We're giving them more cash up front, so you're less leveraged overall. And you can see what happens is now our surplus is $24,000 and our cash required to refi is $0. So at the end of 10 years, we're golden. So you could land on this underwriting structure right here, 70% LTV, 45% cash to seller. You wouldn't be required to have any cash for your cash out refi at the end of 10 years. And you would get paid almost $25,000. Whoa! Is that a good deal? Do you think that's a good deal?
Yes.
I think if you can lock this one up at these terms, that'd be an excellent deal. Definitely a deal I would buy. So if you enjoyed today's podcast, do me a favor, like and subscribe, and reach out to me. Send me a property if you want me to underwrite it with these underwriting gangsters. Peace. See you next time, everyone.